Hello. I'm sitting in our sunroom again, due to the fact that both our kids are asleep, and this time it's evening, and there's a great rainstorm happening outside. I don't know, I feel like the reflection is kind of hiding it, but it's beautiful, and hopefully you can hear some of it. But yeah, I'm really tired. It's the evening. We've had a very full day. I'll get to what we did later, but I'm going to go back to the beginning of this week, which was awesome. I told you in the last video that we were going to Kansas City for Mother's Day. We did, and everything I wanted to happen happened. It was awesome. We got in, we went to a beautiful lunch at a really nice shopping center near the art museum that we would go to later. And the first day, getting out of the house, getting everything loaded up, it all just felt very overwhelming. And we were happy and it was fine, but there were times when I was like, the stress levels were high. I just felt, I kept thinking, like, man, why are we doing this? This is so hard. But then we got through the lunch with the two kids, the two babies, and it was really fun. Actually, the people watching was awesome. We got to see a lot of other moms and grandmas and groups out together, and it was really fun. And then afterwards we walked around to some different shops in that area. We didn't end up getting anything, but it was just a fun shopping center. And then we went to from there, yeah, we went to the museum. It was, I can't remember what it's called, but it was maybe Nelson Atkins. I'll put it in the description box. But a beautiful museum. We didn't get to see everything there, but they had a special Muka exhibit. That's a name I've read so many times, but I don't think I've ever really said it out loud, or not very often. But Alphonse Muka, he's an incredible artist who both my husband and I have loved since, I feel like, yeah, we've been together, I won't say how long, over 10 years. And whenever we were first dating, I feel like we bonded a lot over art, and that was one artist we both loved, so it was fun to go to that exhibit together, and it was really cool, really impressive. I was shocked at all they had. After we went to the exhibits, we hung out on the museum grounds for a little while. It was so beautiful. That was one of the best parts of the museum, I think, is just all the beautiful landscaping and park space surrounding the museum. It was really nice. It was a little hot, but really not that bad. So we really enjoyed that. And then we went back to the hotel. We always pretty much stay at Embassy Suites if we're going to do any hotel stay, just because they have the suites with the door to close, and so we can put the kids to bed in there and then be able to stay awake in the living room for a little while. So it all went really well. My husband and my daughter swam a little bit, which is a huge perk of going to a hotel. Sometimes the whole point is going so she can swim. She loves swimming and she gets so excited. She loves the hot tub. She loves the whole thing. And there were a lot of other kids there this time, and so it was a lot of fun for her. And yeah, so then we got them to bed. You know, she took a little shower and then got into bed. It was really good. I feel like she's very relaxed, and we've stayed at enough hotels now that it's really not as scary as it used to be. She's totally used to it, and she just went right to sleep. And then we put my baby to sleep next, and he just was on the bed with us, so that was a little stressful. We were supposed to get a pack and play, but they didn't have one. I guess they ran out. And yeah, there were a lot of families there for Mother's Day, but it went great. They both slept so well, so thank goodness. And then after they went to bed, my husband and I DoorDashed some Kansas City barbecue, which is really fun and good. The next morning we woke up and got some breakfast, and then got ready to check out, and we checked out and then went to a park that I had found online that was beautiful, just kind of in a wooded area outside of Kansas City. It's really remote feeling, and it was beautiful and a fun place to walk. And there were a lot of people out with their moms, or just women, and we got a lot of happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. This was on actual Mother's Day on Sunday. And then after that, we went to IKEA and we had lunch there and did a little bit of shopping. We got just like some random things that we'd been wanting to get whenever we go there, like a couple of mugs and a painting easel for my daughter. Yeah, so it was fun. It was exhausting. Every time we go to IKEA, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so draining. There's just so many choices and things going on, and it's really hard to make it all the way through without like losing it, kind of. But it was fine. And then after that, we just went home. So it was chill, really fun, great trip, big success, no big problems, and that's all that matters. And we got to do everything I wanted to do. So the rest of this week has been just like, I don't know what has happened to me, but I've been like obsessed with this spring cleaning, decluttering, mainly decluttering this week, but I have all these ideas for spring cleaning, and also just rearranging things and changing things in our house. I feel like it's a combination of spring happening, but also being 4.5 months postpartum. I remember like with my first daughter, around 4 months, I started to feel a lot more like myself. Everything started to feel a little bit less, difficult. And I wonder if that's happening right now too, because I just feel so like energized and excited to do things. We had probably, I think, 5 trash bags to take to a donation center today. So today's Saturday, and like, yeah, all week I've just been loading stuff in the car to get rid of, like, just different, mainly clothes, like old clothes of my daughters, newborn clothes for my son, the baby that he doesn't wear anymore. We also got rid of my daughter's bottles, almost all of them. We're done with the bottles. We saved like 3 of them to give her cow's milk at night, but I'm trying to be done with that too. We no longer give them to her in bed. It's a huge embarrassment, but yeah, for a while we were giving them to her in bed just out of kind of laziness, but I mean, we just convinced ourselves that she needed it to settle herself at night and that she would sleep better if she was in it. Since we've stopped, we've realized she's actually totally fine. But yeah, really bad for her teeth. We do brush her teeth every night no matter what, but it was like we'd brush her teeth and then give her a bottle too. So yeah, not good, but we've stopped that, so that's great. And I'm glad that didn't go on too long. But yeah, so I cleared out her whole bottle cabinet, which that felt great. Now we have that whole cabinet in our kitchen, which is free. I cleaned out our storage closet, which had a bunch of, it's not our storage, it's our entryway closet, which had a bunch of winter stuff in it, and cleared it out, put all the winter stuff back in storage. And then I cleared out my daughter's closet. And then a big thing is I emptied her whole dresser and got rid of a lot that was in there that was old or just she didn't wear anymore. And then moved all that was left into her closet. And then we moved the dresser into the guest room closet. So all of this is kind of preparing to move my baby into my daughter's room so that they can share a room. So that's a huge organization task, like just clearing space in there for 2 beds and for his clothes and everything like that. I don't know when that will happen. Like I said, he's 4.5 months, and I feel like I'm trying to like figure out how this is gonna work, but we're gonna try to make it work because we do not want to give up our guest room. We have like my sister's coming in a couple of weeks. We have people come every once in a while. Both of our parents will come soon and have come a lot in the past. So we just have to have our guest room, and it's just easier if they're used to sharing a room. And then also, I feel like my daughter kind of needs it. I feel like she's really lonely in there and wants someone in there with her. She's told me recently that she feels like it's a little scary going to bed, and I think it would be fun for them to share a room so they're both not lonely in life. But I'm not sure when that'll happen, but I'm just preparing. So I also switched out their curtains. So her curtains were pretty girly. They're beautiful curtains that I got from my mother-in-law, and I love them, but they're just so girly. And so we're saving those for a future time when she has her own room. And then we put up more gender neutral blue striped curtains in the room that they're going to share. And this is the beginning of a series of like decor changes that I'm going to be making, and maybe I'll do like a whole video talking about the change. But yeah, right now it's just beginning, but we got a lot done on that this week. And then I also, cleared out my closet, just a lot of maternity clothes that I'll probably never wear again. Most likely. And so I donated a lot of those, just a lot of old clothes that I realized I hadn't worn in a long time. Oh yeah, I also went through our basement like storage shelves and got rid of some stuff down there. We had a lot done in the backyard this week, which is so exciting. It feels so nice to have it kind of starting to look how we want it. There's still a ways to go. The main thing is grass seed. I feel like there's a lot of bare patches in our backyard, which I don't really know how that happened. I can't remember if it was like that when we moved in or if it happened somehow when we're here. Our front yard is in perfect shape, and I do the I spread fertilizer and crabgrass preventer, and I spray for dandelions in the front. I didn't spray for dandelions in the back this year just because my daughter is back there all the time. But I feel like I do a lot of treatments on the grass and try to keep it really healthy. And the front is looking amazing. The back, just there's a few dirt spots, like bare spots. And yeah, so that is just a huge eyesore to me. And so I actually planted some grass seed, even though it's really late in this season for this area, maybe not in other areas, but really you're supposed to do it beginning of May or April. But I'm just kind of going to try it because we had some grass seed in topsoil. And so I think it was yesterday morning, I went out there and like stabbed the dirt, it broke all the dirt up really well, sprinkled the grass seed, raked it in, put topsoil on, raked it again, watered it all in, and then I watered it I think once or twice again that day. I watered it first thing this morning, and then we were out all day. So, man, I really hope it's okay. We're getting a lot of rain, but that can be bad too because it could wash away. So it's a gamble. I really hope some of it grows, and then our backyard would be in such a good place. And so hopefully that happens. And yeah, so I guess the other big update from this week, that besides what we did today, is I have officially started 75 Soft. So last week I had been doing the workouts, but I hadn't been doing the reading or any of the other things that go along with it. And I had two break days, so that like kind of disqualified that from being part of the 75-day streak. But I officially started it this week. It's been really good. It feels so good to read, even though, like I mentioned last week, the book I have isn't really grabbing me that much. It feels kind of silly compared to other books by this author I've read, but it is growing on me, and it's interesting. So the reading, I've been doing the 45 minutes reading, drinking the water, and following a loose diet. That's probably the loosest. I'm breastfeeding. I just get so hungry. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just trying basically to eat a lot of protein. That's been a big thing I've been trying to do, and fiber, and just kind of managing how much, like just trying to not eat whatever I want, which I was for a long time. So now, I'll get to today. So today was Saturday, so we had a big day out. I'm worn out. You could probably tell. I'm like, we've been out in the sun all day. We've been out like just doing things. So we got up early. I got up early, watered the grass, like I said, and then we pretty much just got the kids ready and got out the door pretty quick before my baby's first nap of the day, so he could have his first nap in the car. And then we drove up to Omaha. We stopped at Goodwill. Well, we made a few stops in town. We dropped off some like 2 car batteries that my husband had in the garage at a local auto shop that will dispose of them. And then we went to the plant store to talk to the people who are doing some things in our yard. And then we got out of town, went up to a Goodwill about a ways out of town, and then dropped off, like I said, like 5 trash bags of clothes, and then some boxes of things too, and some old VHS DVD players that my husband had. And yeah, that felt great. And then we went to Fontanelle Forest, which beautiful place in Omaha. We'd never been there before. It's actually a little out of Omaha, but it's just a place with a lot of walking trails and activities for kids. And I actually got a pass to go from our local library so we could go for free. That was awesome, because I don't know, I think it's like $15 to $20 or something for a family, or maybe per adult, I can't remember, but we could all go for free with the library pass, which was great. And so yeah, we went and walked around there and then played on some of the playgrounds, and just, it was fun. It's kind of like a great place for families. The only thing is it was hot. It was really hot. And yeah, they also had some like nature exhibits in the visitor center area that my daughter loved. And then we went to Trader Joe's and got a bunch of fun things. We haven't been there forever, and it was kind of fun to go and see what they had. They have these like gummy worms that have gone viral apparently because they have like 14 grams of fiber per serving or something, and they have no sugar and all these things that people are going crazy over, but they were totally sold out. I was so sad. I really wanted to get them, but maybe next time. Anyway, that is the catch up of the week. I'm sorry I'm doing this format of video. I really want to do something more interesting, but I've just been really like slacking on doing something creative or thinking of what to do. So this is kind of what we get this week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.